Hi, I'm Dan Nicoletta. Thanks for visiting the gallery San Francisco Electric Works, where I'm currently exhibiting my body of work covering the LGBT civil rights movement that I've photographed over the last 35 years. And I was 19 years old when I moved to San Francisco, and I had the good fortune of getting hired in Harvey Milk's camera store as a clerk, and Harvey became one of the first openly gay elected officials in the world. And he was murdered a year later. He was assassinated in his city hall office along with the mayor at the time, George Moscone, who was also a big supporter of gay rights. And they became heroes of the LGBT civil rights movement. And I miss my friend, but I am very blessed to be able to continue telling his story. And I've been engaged with the LGBT community for that whole time, and I feel just very lucky that that is my path in life. So here we're going to see some of my greatest hits. This is early work here, and this is the Angels of Light, which was a theater group that I photographed for over 10 years. And they were a free theater group. You couldn't pay to see their shows even if you wanted to. And they lived communally, and they crafted their shows communally, and then they would show them for free, and the community would pour into them, and the audience was as much as part of the show as the people on stage. And they disbanded in '82, but their legacy lives on. The film about the Cockettes, the great documentary about the Cockettes, is very much part of that familial history. This is a commune of people lived here, and these were two guys going into the party after the Castro Street Fair. They are forefathers of the Radical Fairy movement. I didn't know them when I took this photo, but they became very close friends over time. I was actually 15 when the Stonewall riots happened, but I remember being in New York City once, going to visit my aunt, and I was on a big Greyhound bus, and we were driving in front of St. Petrus Cathedral, and the gays were demonstrating. So can you imagine a little 16-year-old looking out the window of the bus and seeing all these gay people with placards? You know, what I must have been thinking. You know, I don't think I really even identified as gay at that point, but my ears pricked up. You know, I was certainly highly curious. I was a founder of the Gay and Lesbian Film Festival, which is now the biggest festival in all of California.
Frameline?
Yes. And Mark Hustis and I and a handful of people. There's only like 4 of us still alive, the original founders. We used to do like a coffee clutch and show each other our films, and communes and potlucks and support groups was the order of the day. I was in a gay video collective, I was in a gay filmmakers collective, I was in a gay still photographers collective. And then, of course, the watershed moment was when Anita Bryant launched her campaign against us in the ballot box. It's like that's when we realized, oh wow, this is not all fun and games, even though we knew we came from a very sort of troubled history and that there was a struggle for visibility and for... Well, the name of my show is called More Glitter, Less Bitter, and that's my mantra for life these days. I saw it on a placard at the demonstrations for No on 8, the anti-gay marriage rally, although I was on the side of pro-gay marriage, but there was a young gay kid who had a placard that said More Glitter, Less Bitter, and I was like, yes, that is so brilliant. So of course I appropriated it for my show, and I've been involved with the offspring of the Cockettes. I never saw the Cockettes, but I worked with the next generation called the Angels of Light, and they were very much about glitter in the beards and in the pubic hairs and anywhere possible, and so that became a metaphor for much of my life. My body of work was the theatrical in life. And I think that there's an antidote there towards the harsher things that come up for us, is that, we should always sort of think in terms of how we can transform any oppressive situation into something that's fun. I mean, that was what Harvey was all about. He always used to say, if you're not having fun, you're totally missing the boat. You know, things are fucked up enough as it is. You know, it's like make this fun. You know, you can change the world, but you got to have fun while you're doing it.